In a scene resembling a Norman Rockwell painting, people from all over the country gathered in Iowa last fall for a competition rooted in hard work. Honors were bestowed on the best competitors, but the real prize was awarded to everyone, as spectators witnessed a chore from the past that helped shape the legacy of the American farm. Corn husking contests began in the 1920s. Agricultural pioneer Henry Wallace was concerned that the strong work ethic was eroding from Midwestern life. So he invited farmers to a field near Alleman, Iowa, to see who could husk the most corn in a single day. That inaugural competition attracted only 3 contestants, but the event quickly grew in popularity. By the end of the decade, corn husking was a burgeoning national sport, with no less than 9 states hosting competitions. Interest in the events grew steadily through the 1930s, and by the 40s, crowds numbering in the tens of thousands were on hand for the Super Bowl of corn husking contests, simply called the National. In 1940, Davenport, Iowa attracted the largest crowd for the Corn Husking National. 116,000 spectators, nearly twice the population of Davenport itself, gathered to watch Irvin Bauman of Illinois pick 46.6 bushels, almost 2 tons, to win the coveted prize. With the onset of World War II, corn husking contests came to an abrupt end, and by the time the weary troops returned, rural America was in the throes of dramatic change. The same industrial buildup that enabled the Allies to defeat the Axis of evil was making its presence known down on the farm. The result? Farmers did more work with fewer people. America shifted from an agrarian society to one forged by industry, and millions of people pulled up roots and moved to densely populated urban cities in a mass exodus from the heartland. Hoping to preserve the history of harvesting corn by hand, Dave Vandenboom brought the contest back to Iowa in 2011. And to remain true to the competition's heritage, the only other laborers in the field were draft horses.
Years and years ago, that's how corn husking began, was you had corn in the field, you needed to pick it. It was done by hand. It wasn't done by a $300,000 combine. It was done by hand and a team of horses or mules.
In October of 2014, the rolling hills near Iowa's historic Amana colonies hosted the National Corn Husking Championships. And 5,000 fans gathered to watch 140 competitors, the most in the history of the contest, try their hand with the husking hook. For some, it was a trip down memory lane. Others marveled at the labor-intensive method of harvesting, and some were just plain curious how such an event held a century ago drew thousands to the fields. While the objective is simple, to compete at the national level is not easy. Contestants try to husk the most corn during a specific amount of time, typically ranging anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. In corn husking's heyday, however, the national lasted 80 minutes, and there were no breaks. Trailing behind the husker is the gleaner, who picks up corn missed or dropped by the competitor. For every pound of gleanings recovered, 3 pounds of corn is deducted from the total weight. The harvested corn is judged for cleanness and uniformity. Deductions are imposed for excess husks.
We weigh out 20 pounds of corn, and anything that has shucks left on it, that's a deduction from their score, because when they were doing this by hand, any corn shucks you had took up space in the corn bin.
And when the dust finally settled, Frank Hennefant of Illinois emerged as the 2014 National Corn Husking Champion. Not to be outdone, however, Market to Market's very own Mike Pearson donned the husking glove in the celebrity division.
It's tough. Makes me appreciate modern farm machinery, for sure. Surprisingly fun. For the work that's required, it's surprisingly fun.
yeah, 77 minus your barrel weight.
Oh,
So
that's what, 5 or 8?
17.
17 pounds? So I was 50 pounds. Oh, man. Well, thank you, guys.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming out. And
Appreciate your help, guys. This is educational.
Mr. Pearson, who's with Market to Market. You can call him Mike if you want to, but you know,
Appreciate it. Thank you.
we appreciate Mike coming out, and